Yorker. What's it like having friends that are not from New York?
I think it's really interesting because you get to show them, you know, like around New York, and you get to show them, you get to help them experience New York for the first time, and I think that's key to shaping one's opinions on the city itself. So if you have a bad experience, like the first time, you're probably not gonna like the city. I say take it slow, keep an open mind. There are a lot of people in the city, and it can get really overwhelming sometimes because everybody is like different in their own way. And I think if you're coming from like particularly like a small town, it's not something that you're used to, and it will take a while for you to get used to it, but once you do, it'll feel like home. So I grew up in Midtown Manhattan on the east side around Murray Hill, and I lived there, you know, for a long time, but it wasn't until this year that I decided to leave Manhattan and move out to Brooklyn, because I felt like I could get more space, and I felt like I could, you know, kind of escape the city a little bit. And so here I am, and this is my favorite place that I've ever lived in so far.
Why do you like Brooklyn?
I feel like people here are more open-minded, they're more like willing to help, and I think it's something that like I don't really get in Manhattan. Like in my apartment building, I'm friends with all of my neighbors. In my old apartment building in Manhattan, I never talked to any of my neighbors, and so I think it's homey.
So for someone moving to New York for the first time, where would you recommend they live?
I would recommend Brooklyn. If your budget's like $10,000 a month, then please, like, feel free to go to Manhattan. But as a student, come to Brooklyn. You'll get so much bang for your buck, and yeah, it's amazing.
Why do you like hosting in your apartment?
So my mom's always, you know, hosted parties. She loves it. She says that it's super important to build connections, and growing up I was always really annoyed because I hated having, you know, people come in and out of my apartment all the time. But as I got older, I started realizing that, yeah, she's right. You have to network, and you have to make friends, and, you know, build connections. And so hosting is a great way to do that, because you get to bring people together, you get to introduce people to new friends, and who knows, they'll maybe leave learning something that they never knew when they walked through the door.
Being a New Yorker?
Yeah, I really like being a New Yorker. I think it's literally like the city of the world. Like, it's the most diverse place I've ever been to, and I just feel like it's like a city where you are free, you know? You have access to like one of the best subway systems in the world, well, almost, but it does run 24/7. And yeah, you can like walk places. I don't know, it's a lovely city.
What don't you like about New York?
I don't like the mentality that it kind of puts people, or like the vibe of the city puts people in sometimes, you know. I think it gets to the point where people are confused about what their goal in life is, or like what their ambitions kind of like stem from, and yeah, like I think it's really important that everybody, like if they have the opportunity to, like gets out of the city every once in a while, because I think you really do get lost in like the reality.
What are the social pressures people face here? Or what pressures do people face?
I guess like financial status, like everybody is kind of like trying to like fit into like a certain kind of lifestyle, especially going to the school that we go to now. like everybody else said, you know, it's very, like, the contrast is, like, real.
What's it like going to a school with like quite a bit of the population is not from New York, but you are from New York?
I think it's really cool because I think it's important to meet people from, like, outside of, you know, places that you would traditionally go to. So I think that's, like, is extremely important, especially like a learning environment where you're, like, taught to, like, you're taught, like, so much about yourself, and I think it's important to, like, have, like, that multicultural, like, experience while doing it, because then you just develop, like, so much more knowledge of the real world.
Would you have gone to school anywhere else or no?
I considered it for a while, but honestly, no. I think New York is, like, the only place I would ever want to go to school in, besides Spain, but that's, like, a different story.